Hi, Movie Shortened here. I hope you all are well in these tough times. Today, I'm going to shorten a spy action film called The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Beware, spoilers ahead. The story starts in a Cold War era with a CIA agent, named Napoleon Solo, enters into East Berlin. He goes to a German female mechanic named Gabby. He tells her that he was there to find her biological father Dr. Udo Teller, a nuclear scientist, and if she helps him, he can help her get out of East Berlin, to which she agrees. He realized that a KGB agent was following him. He tried to shoot him, but he found out to be too quick for him. They somehow managed to escape over the Berlin Wall. Late that night on the West Berlin, Solo met his superior Sanders and told him that his work is done, and it was not a simple extraction as he was told, because there was a KGB agent who was barely a man since he had almost slowed his running car and tore its back. But Sanders reminded him that his work will be done when he says so, and that he owes 5 more years of his prison time left to him. Napoleon Solo was an American soldier during the Second World War, and after it, he saw a huge potential in artifacts black market, and hence he used to steal and sell the antiquities artifacts on the black market, for which he got caught and sent to jail, but CIA realized his talents and forced him to work for them. The next morning, Solo meets Sanders, where the same KGB agent, Ilya Kuryakin, is also present. He was there to partner with Solo because the CIA and KGB teamed up to track down Dr. Udo Teller. According to 2 agencies, Dr. Teller was forcefully working for Vinci Guerra Company, in which Gabby's uncle Rudy works as a senior executive, which is run by Alexander Vinci Guerra and his wife Victoria Vinci Guerra, who they believe are fascists, and both the agencies think that if they get successful in making a nuclear bomb, then it would harm the world. Solo tells Gabby that she has to take cover as the fiancée of Ilya, who for the mission is a Russian architect. Gabby reluctantly agrees. The trio travels to Rome. Gabby and Ilya were visiting the sites after check-in. Solo sees that they are being followed by 2 people, and he goes to warn Ilya about it, who gets frustrated because they are not supposed to be seen together, but Solo kept on saying and remind him to remain calm and should not act like a KGB agent, because he thinks that it is a test from someone who wants to confirm whether he is an architect or not. In reply, Ilya tells him that he already knows that someone is following him and tell him to not question his methods. Gabby and Ilya continued their tour, and they suddenly get interrupted by 2 muggers. These were the people who followed them. They demanded money and took away Ilya's watch, which was his father's. Back in the hotel, Gabby got drunk and started to wrestle with Ilya, and a quick moment generated for them at the end of their wrestle. Meanwhile, Solo spent the night with a beautiful hotel receptionist, and later on, he found that he is bugged with Russian transmitters. He goes to Ilya's room to return them. Gabby and Ilya are invited to a racetrack event hosted by Vinci Guerra, while Solo somehow managed to get inside the party and created a scene to attract Victoria Vinci Guerra's attention. He used his stealing skills to impress her. In the meantime, Uncle Rudy meets Gabby and her husband and ended up making Ilya angry. He controlled his temper at that point, but took it out in the men's bathroom when 3 Italian boys tried to be rude to him. Gabby tries to ask the whereabouts of her father from Uncle Rudy, that she would be glad if her father could come to their marriage, but Uncle Rudy apologizes for not knowing anything about her father. Back in the hotel, Solo comes to Ilya and Gabby's room and asked about Ilya. She tells him that he is in the room for half an hour, pointing her finger towards a room. Solo tells Gabby about how Ilya hospitalized 3 Italian boys. Ilya comes out of the room and shows Solo a photograph that he had taken with a gamma radiation sensitive camera, reaching at the result that the Vinci Guerras have already been succeeded in enriching the uranium. Solo pretends that he does not give a damn about the information, but in the night, Solo goes to the Vinci Guerra shipping yard and found Ilya there. Ilya mocked him, but then they get inside together. Ilya makes a guard unconscious by a method called the kiss in KGB, for he has mistaken the guard with the person who took his father's watch. He finds a secret button that opens a door to a lock. Solo manages to open it, but it also triggers an alarm. Solo finds a part of a centrifuge for refining uranium. They try to escape from the guards by a boat, but all the gates get closed and Solo gets thrown off from the boat by accident and escapes to a truck inside the yard. There he finds wine and food. He watches Ilya running around in the boat getting chased by the guards while enjoying the food and music, but Ilya's boat gets destroyed by the guards in the scuffle and he nearly got drowned. Solo saves Ilya. They rush to their hotel. Meanwhile, Victoria gets to know that someone infiltrated the yard. She speculates that it is Solo and called his hotel, but no one answered. She reaches the hotel only to find Solo in his room. In the meantime, Ilya runs to his room thinking that Solo might be in trouble. He takes out his transmitting device to listen to what is going on in Solo's room. Much to his surprise, he finds out that Solo is having sex with Victoria. The next morning, Ilya is checking the device worn by Gabby, before going to Vinciguerra's estate where she is invited for lunch by Alexander Vinciguerra, and in a close moment, they are about to kiss when suddenly interrupted by Solo. She seemed nervous but he consoles her by saying that he would be close by. At the estate, Gabby tells Alexander and Uncle Rudy that she knows that her father works for them, and she wants to meet them. After asking, how is she so sure, she replies that her fiancé is a KGB agent, and the American is a CIA agent. Ilya, who is hiding nearby, is shocked to hear that and felt betrayed, but he managed to escape. Meanwhile, Solo goes to Victoria's office, and she told him to help himself with a drink. After drinking, he started feeling unwell and immediately understood that Victoria drugged him. He awakes in a chair bound to the straps where Victoria introduces her to an infamous World War II doctor, the Doctor of Apocalypse, that found out to be Uncle Rudy, and she leaves. Uncle Rudy shows Solo his works over the year he has done in torturing people. He starts torturing Solo by giving him electric shocks, but the wires have an electric glitch which leads to stopping in between. Ilya suddenly appears behind and saves Solo. They strap Uncle Rudy to the chair and Ilya tries to electrocute him, but a technical glitch saves him. But Uncle Rudy says that they do not need to torture him as he can tell them everything and he can also testify it in court. Ilya and Solo go outside to talk about what to do with him. Meanwhile, in the room, glitch automatically gets fixed and electrocuted Uncle Rudy to death. In the meantime, Gabby goes to the Vinciguerra island where his father Dr. Udo Teller is held. She and his father make a plan. Gabby tells Vinciguerra that her father is unwell and now is ready to begin the work and that she will help him. Meanwhile, Solo and Ilya reach the airport where they meet Alexander Waverly, a British MI6 officer. He tells them that they have to report him for the rest of the mission. He then tells them about the island and how with the nuclear warhead, they also have to recover one of his agents. Ilya and Solo realize that Gabby is a British agent. Gabby and his father try to sabotage the missile by changing one of the lenses, but Victoria catches them and puts Gabby into a cell, while threatens Dr. Teller to finish the work soon if he wants to save Gabby. Ilya and Solo land on an aircraft carrier where Waverly comes up with a plan to enter the island through the harbor. They, along with the troops of Special Boat Service, infiltrates the compound. Solo finds Ilya's father's watch on the hand of one of the guards while Ilya finds Gabby's belongings in a room. Solo saw Alexander Vinciguerra's attempts to escape with Gabby and the warhead. Ilya and Solo followed. During the chase, Vinciguerra gets killed by Ilya and Solo finds the backup disc of Dr. Teller's research and hides it, as he was ordered to retrieve the disc in any way possible even if it requires killing Ilya. They get the missile, but it was a non-nuclear secondary missile that can be coupled with the original warhead. Victoria has left undetected on another boat with a real warhead. They all reach the warship and try to find out the ship which can carry the missile. Solo remembers while seeing the list of ships within 60 square miles of radius that one of the ships named Diadema is Vinciguerra family's old fishing boat. They connect with Diadema via radio and Solo gives the message about the death of Alexander to Victoria to instigate her to talk to him and keep her on the line long enough for Waverly to locate her and launch a homing missile, destroying the nuclear weapon in the boat, ostensibly taking Victoria with them. Kuryakin is ordered by his commander to kill Solo and steal the disc. Furious at the order but threatened with being sent to Siberia if he fails, a broken Kuryakin confronts Solo in his hotel room. When Solo produces Kuryakin's father's stolen watch, Kuryakin admits what his assignment was, only to have Solo reply that he knew this, and had the same orders. They instead share a drink on the terrace and burn the contents of the disc, so as to not give either of their countries the upper hand in the arms race. Reuniting with Gabby and Waverly, they are told that the trio has been reassigned to a new international organization under Waverly's command. Waverly gives them a new mission in Istanbul under a new codename, Uncle. Subscribe for more videos like this and turn on the notification. If you like this video, please leave a like. It would be much appreciated. Thank you.